Hey YouTube, we're gonna do here in my office 12. This will be a little bit different. We're gonna feature education in this episode here with my Master's of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science, but it all starts back here when I received my bachelor's degree. And a lot of this here in my office stuff is about my career and how things are going, 12 years down the line since I graduated with my bachelor's degree and my MBA. But I think I was watching some YouTube videos on how to increase your influence, how to get better traction on your videos, get more viewers. Who is your target audience? And I thought to myself, for here in my office, it could be people who are in the same position as me, on the job hunt, looking for jobs, and I offer a lot of information on that. But I think the biggest group of people that I can benefit is college students. Because I have to tell you that the biggest decision that I ever made, the best decision I ever made, was switching my major from psychology to finance when I was a freshman in college. And a little background information on how that went. When I was a psychology major, I didn't have much direction, but my goal was to go to law school. And I thought, let me do a major that's easy. I'll get a 4.0 and go to law school. Couldn't be further from the truth. Don't major in something if you don't have your heart in it. I picked that major thinking it would be just an easy hack because I had taken psychology in high school and I thought it was easy. But I found out the hard way that if you're not majoring in something that you see a future in, if you're just using it as a stepping stone to get somewhere else, you're not generally interested in the subject matter, you're not going to be successful. And I wasn't. I had a GPA of like 0.5, which is like an 85. Well, at least the GPA scale back when I was in college, a 4.0 is 100, a 3.0 is a 90, a 2.0 is an 80. So I was in the 70s. I was point something. And one day the president's office wanted to meet with me, and they said, we can't let this go any further, Anthony. We're going to have to send you to, because I was trying to change my major to finance. So they put the brakes on that right away, and they said, you're not changing your major to finance. You're kicked out. And I was like, what? And it was kind of a probation thing. I had to go to a community college for a semester where I got a 4.0. But they basically said, because you've shown poor performance. I think it was 3 semesters straight. So my whole freshman semester, and this happened in my sophomore semester. They made me go to a place called Erie Community College, which I highly recommend going to community college, by the way, guys, to save yourself some money, because that semester in community college only cost, instead of costing $20,000, it costed maybe $5,000 or $3,000. And I took Spanish, I took math, I think an English class, just a bunch of things that they said that if you can do this and you can get a 3.0, I think they were looking for, or you have to get B's at least. I got straight A's. I brought it back to them, and I was transferred into the College of Business at Canisius College, where I majored in finance, and after that I think my first semester back, my GPA had gone from being a 0.5 to like a 2.5 or a 3.0. And by the end, I was achieving almost 4.0 grades as a finance major. And then once I was in my MBA classes, I was, I had direction. I knew what I was doing. So I was a 3.5 or a 3.8 GPA in my MBA class. But making that decision to major in finance opened up all those jobs that say they're looking for a bachelor's degree in finance, accounting, or a business discipline. And I think companies like finance more than they like just management, because it's more of a hard science. It shows that you're, an analytical, and you have the ability to do, complex analytical work. Because, to be a finance major, you got to take this, and this was the biggest impediment to me getting my bachelor's degree in finance. Never been a math guy. You might say you have a degree in finance, you must know a lot about math. You're an auditor, you must know a lot about math. Yeah, I know a lot about basic math. In accounting, it's addition and subtraction and division. You're not doing calculus. But calculus was very challenging for me, but I got through it. I think I got through it with a D. So that was the one class in my undergrad finance degree that I didn't do very well in. But I also passed statistics, 2 semesters of that, and I'm picking my nose here. But that change I made to finance, I thought to myself it was a real step change in the way I was thinking in college. I was thinking I could still go to law school with a degree in finance. They're gonna love that. So let me stay the course. Let me do finance, and even if I don't want to go to graduate school, I can go get a job in finance. So I began thinking financial services, banks, investment companies. I wanted to be a portfolio manager. But that's not how things worked out. I ended up finding a job in internal audit at a manufacturing company after only maybe 3 months of graduation, and they offered me an internal audit job, and the rest was history. So, and now I'm looking at jobs that pay $200,000 a year, and it's all traced back to that finance degree. And actually, one of the companies that I've been interviewing, they actually asked me what my undergraduate GPA was, and I was totally caught off guard with that. I said, I kind of answered it with saying my major GPA was over 3.0, but it was under 3.0 when you mix in the psychology classes, and so I didn't get very far in psychology since I was only there for the first year. I was just basically. This is like the introductory course to psychology. So who is this video for? This video is for people that are looking for selecting a college major. Do you want to make a lot of money? Do you want to be very successful in business? Do you want to work? Do you want to go to meetings every day? Do you want to work in a fast-paced, high-stress environment at times? But ultimately, if you want to make a lot of money, in my experience, studying money is a good tactic. Think about it, right? And I think the finance major is great too, just to give you some practical knowledge on if you understand how a business makes money, you should be able to translate that into your own personal financial success and know what to do, what not to do from a money perspective. I'm not the most perfect example of that. My financial house is not as in order right now as it should be, and I know that, but that's basically due to this period of not having a job. So, we're floating things on credit cards. There's things that I wish I didn't have to do, but we're waiting on a cash settlement. Once that comes through, we can clear out everything. And so I have that end in sight, But what's this series for, though? I'm going to take you through what it's like being a finance major, what it was like attaining that goal, and you're going to have to know a good amount of accounting. You're going to have to know a good amount of management. You're going to have to know, finance and the degree, the classes in fixed income analysis, economics. I actually have a minor in. I think it's in macroeconomics. It's either a macro or micro, but I do have a minor in economics. And I think it was one of the macro or micro ones. I don't think it was just straight economics. But another thing too, guys, companies don't care about what you minored in. You can be like, oh, and I have a minor in this. No company is going to select you because you minored of what you minored in. They're going to care, first of all, in the audit game, I didn't go the CPA track. I don't have the education and the hours necessary to become a CPA, a certified public accountant. So you don't need a CPA to be an internal auditor. And this, there's so many other career paths you can go with a finance major. You could be a personal financial advisor. You can go get your Series 6 and sell financial instruments and things like that. You could be a trader. You could be... or you can work in accounting, but I stress you to stay away from straight accounting, because you're always going to get beat out by the people who have public accounting experience, came from schools of accounting, and have a CPA. So that's always going to be your Achilles heel. And in the beginning, looking at jobs, there were a lot of jobs that I couldn't go for because I didn't have a CPA and because I wasn't qualified to sit for the CPA exam. Now, 12 years out, I have so much experience that that's really all the focus is on now. And I'm saying that if you're getting a degree in finance, I would focus on financial services and banks. And that was I did my MBA. I focused on financial services, and this was probably one of the classes that was required to be taken. Bank management and financial services. So this book will take you through banking, commercial paper, certificates of deposit. You're looking at off-balance sheet items in banking, Graham-Leach-Biley Act. So this is, you need to understand banking if you're going to work at a bank. And so I do play up the fact that I do have it's a major in financial services because it's a Master of Business Administration with a concentration in financial services. So that was a tract. They had a tract in management. They had a tract for accounting. They have an MBA in professional accounting, which gives you the what you need to sit for the CPA exam. But I never wanted to be a number crunching person behind a spreadsheet. So that's why finance was more for me than accounting. But if you're mulling the two over, if you want to see yourself working, a lot of people are gung-ho about working in Big Four. And don't get me wrong, you can work in Big Four accounting if you do your degree in accounting, put in the years of experience necessary there, and then you can go get a job as a controller at a company, in a manufacturing company or a financial services company. Controller, that's another track. And then at the highest level, that leads to Chief Financial Officer, CFO. So that's never been my tract. My tract is internal audit, financial services, banking, and then I guess that can go into, I do a lot of operations auditing. So I could be a chief operations officer down the road, be a chief executive officer, a director. The way it looks is if I work at the one financial services firm, I would be starting out as a senior audit manager, working in professional practices, which is the people that, audit the auditors. But once you get that SVP, I would be an SVP. And then from that, you could be an executive vice president or even, a head of audit for a certain component of the bank, a different audit team. So yeah, guys, select that college major very carefully. And if you want to understand kind of where I came from and what my whole background is, check the videos at the end of this. I'll get you started at kind of the beginning here in my office, early here in my offices, how I got rich, things like that. Those are the videos I made, but I just wanted to get more into I think I'm going to make more videos now about the college experience and how that is, because I think a lot of you guys watching these videos, if you're in the position to make a decision on your career and what you're going to major in, this is a good series of videos you to watch just to get an understanding of what you can do with that degree. Because figure now, a bachelor's degree in finance can cost $80,000, $100,000, maybe $60,000, $70,000. But after you have about 3 to 5 years experience, you could be making 6 figures a year, and you will be able to pay back that bachelor's degree, even if you didn't have you weren't entitled of getting your own degree paid for by your family, like I did. I'll be honest with you, it gives me a huge head start. But with the money I'm making now, the money I've been making, it's definitely enough to pay back student loans. And I'd be out of student loan debt by now. But I am going to be 37 years old in a couple weeks. But another thing is, you got a lot of people with outstanding student loans and crappy degrees and working in fields that they didn't study for. You get a degree in communications and you're working in customer service somewhere, or my sister has a degree in psychology and she works in she works in financial services. Think about how much more better served she could have been if she received a bachelor's degree in finance or accounting. Um, so it's going to increase your earning power, and it's going to help you pay back those loans and get that cleared off your plate as soon as possible, so you can start saving money for your home, and your real estate investments and things like that. So that's about it. That's all I wanted to say, guys. Um, Select that major carefully, and a degree in finance is perfect if you're looking to build a secure financial future for yourself. All right, guys, so check out my videos. Check out these videos at the end of this, and it'll get you started on kind of where I came from and what's going on with me, and what's going on in my career. So thanks, guys.